Welcome to Tech Savvy 101, AI and Automation Made Simple. Hi, I'm Sarah Baker, your new Tech Savvy bestie. I'm a technology and automation coach, an online business owner, and a crazy busy mom of 3 kids under 10. Whether you're just starting to explore AI or you're ready to level up your tech game, I'm here to help make it all feel absolutely doable. No complicated jargon, no endless tutorials, just shortcuts and simple solutions that you can start using in your business right away. So, if you're ready to start saving hours every day with smart systems and AI tools, you're in the right place. Let's get started.
Imagine this. A new lead lands on your website, they read your content, and they think, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I need. But then you do nothing. No follow-up, no nurture sequence, no strategic emails guiding them to take the next step. And just like that, a potential customer vanishes. If this sounds familiar, no worries, you're not alone. And today, we're talking about how to fix this major blind spot in so many businesses using AI-powered email sequences that work for you 24/7, because your business should be closing sales while you are off living your life, spending time with your family, running errands, doing the school drop-off and pickup, and yes, even sleeping. Welcome back to Tech Savvy 101, AI and Automation Made Simple. I'm your host, Sarah Baker, your Tech Savvy bestie, who's here to help you simplify your business, embrace automation, and save hours every week. Here is something that blew my mind when I first learned it. On average, it takes 8 to 12 touch points for a potential customer to make a purchasing decision. That's right, not 1, not 2, but potentially 12 interactions with you or your brand before someone decides to buy. The classic marketing rule of 7 has suggested for years that prospects need to see or interact with a brand at least 7 times before making a buying decision. And more recent research backs this up. HubSpot reports that 60% of consumers want to see multiple pieces of content before engaging with a brand. Well, Harvard Business Review found that B2B buyers engage with 6 to 10 pieces of content before reaching out to a vendor. So the amount of times that a potential customer hears from you is increasing. And this is why email sequences are absolutely crucial for your business. They create intentional and automated touch points that keep your audience engaged and moving forward toward a purchase without you manually having to chase every single lead. Today, we're diving into the missing link in most content strategies: email sequences that actually convert your readers into customers. Because let's be real, getting eyes on your content is only half the battle. The real magic happens when those readers take the next step with you. Did you know that for every $1 spent on email marketing, the average return is between $36 and $42? That is a whopping between $3,600 and $4,200 return on average, according to Shopify and Opt-in Monster. And even more interesting, 59% of consumers say marketing emails directly influence their purchase decisions. That is why we need to have this discussion today. By the end of this episode, you'll understand exactly how to create strategic email sequences that turn casual content consumers into paying customers, all while using AI to make this process faster and easier than you ever thought possible. Let's dive in. Content creation can sometimes feel like throwing a party where tons of people show up, have a great time, and then pull an Irish goodbye and never call you again. All that effort, all those visitors, and where's the actual business growth? All you're left with is a messy house. Here's the truth. The gap between someone reading your blog post and becoming a customer who actually pays you money is rarely bridged by the content alone. That is where email sequences come in. They are the bridge that guides people from interested reader to excited customer. And the data backs this up in a really big way. According to combined research from Exploding Topics, Opt-in Monster, and Campaign Monitor, automated emails generate 320% more revenue than non-automated emails. And that is not a small difference. It is a complete game changer for your business. Think about it. When someone reads your content, they're showing interest in a specific topic. They've raised their hand and said, hey, I care about this. But they're often not ready to buy right at that moment. They need nurturing. They need a little love. They need relationship building. And they need a series of thoughtful touch points that guide them toward the decision to work with you. You need to prove to them that you know what you're talking about. And here's where so many business owners get stuck. They either don't collect emails from their content readers at all, total facepalm. They collect emails, but they send random newsletters with no real strategic purpose, or they create basic sequences that don't actually move people toward a purchase. So the result is that all that amazing content brings in visitors who never convert. It's like having a leaky bucket. No matter how much water you pour in it, it will never fill up if you have a hole in it. So let's fix that leaky bucket by creating strategic email sequences tied directly to your evergreen content. Here is my proven 4-point framework. Part 1 is what I call the content connection. This is the email sequence that immediately starts when someone opts into your content. We've all heard of it, right? The key here is maintaining continuity between the content that they just consumed and raised their hand for and the emails that they're about to receive. This sequence should feel like a natural extension of the blog post, the video, the podcast episode, whatever it is that they just enjoyed. For example, if someone reads a blog post that I have about an AI tool or how to use ChatGPT, my first email might say, hey there, I saw you checked out my article on AI time-saving tools. Which of these tools caught your eye the most? I'd love to know which one you're thinking of trying first. So this immediately creates a personal connection and shows them I'm paying attention to their interests. It also invites a response, which is really great for building engagement. So then the content connection sequence typically include a welcome email that references the specific content they consumed, a follow-up with an additional tip related to that content, and an email addressing common questions or objections. Finally, a natural bridge to a related offer. This approach is so much more effective than generic welcome to my email list email because it maintains the context of why they signed up in the first place. And Wix reports that automated email campaigns achieve an average open rate of 42.1% and a click rate of 5.4%, numbers that blow the typical newsletter stats out of the water. Part 2 of my framework is the value escalation sequence. This is where you systematically increase the perceived value of your offer by addressing your readers' specific challenges and showing how your paid solution solves them. The mistake most people make is jumping straight from, hey, here's some free content to, hey, buy my thing. There's no bridge between those 2 points. It feels really jarring. Instead, your value escalation sequence should show readers that 1, you really understand their specific problem and not just their general pain points. 2, you have a unique approach to solving their specific problem. 3, that your solution has worked for other people like them. And 4, that your transformation is worth more than the price. So for example, in my value escalation sequence for content creators, I might include an email that says, I want to share a quick story about Jen, who was spending 15 hours every week creating content that disappeared into the void. After implementing the system I'm going to tell you about, she cut her content creation time to just 3 hours every week while doubling her conversion rate. And then go on to talk more about the offer. This approach helps readers see themselves in the story and imagine achieving similar results. Part 3 is what I call the objection crusher sequence. This is where we proactively address the common concerns that might be holding your readers back from buying your offer. Most people never buy because of unaddressed objections. They think, this isn't going to work for me and my specific situation, or I'm not going to have enough time to implement this, or I've tried something similar before and it didn't work out, or I could probably figure this out on my own and DIY it for free. Your objection crusher sequence tackles these common concerns head on before they become roadblocks. So, for example, if a common objection to my content system is, I don't have enough time to create more content, I might need an email specifically addressing this. I hear it all the time. Sarah, I don't have time to create more content. But here's the thing. My system isn't about creating more. It's about creating less content that works harder for you. Let me show you how. Jane, a busy mom of 3 who runs her business in just 20 hours a week, used this approach to cut her content creation time in half. By anticipating and addressing these objections head on, you're removing the mental roadblocks that prevent people from purchasing. The final part of my framework is the decision catalyst sequence. This is where you're creating urgency and excitement around making a decision, but you're doing it in a way that doesn't feel sleazy, no artificial countdown timer kind of ways. Instead, you're helping your readers understand why now is the time to solve the problem, what they'll continue to experience if they don't take action, and the specific first steps they'll take after purchasing. You're also letting them know how quickly they can expect to see results. For example, a decision catalyst email might say, I want to be super clear about something. Creating content that actually converts isn't about working harder. It's about having a system that works while you sleep. Every day you spend without this system is another day of creating content that disappears without building your business. Let me show you exactly what your first week will look like after you get started. This approach creates authentic urgency based on the real opportunity cost of not taking action rather than manufactured scarcity. Don't be icky. Now, I know what you're thinking here. Creating all these strategic email sequences sounds like so much work. And that's where AI comes in to make this process way easier and faster. The adoption of AI in email marketing has skyrocketed, with approximately 63% of marketers now utilizing AI tools in their email efforts, according to research from emailupplers.com and artsmart.ai. And there's good reason for this rapid adoption. Using AI tools like ChatGPT, you can generate the framework for these sequences in minutes instead of hours. As always, you still need to make sure that you are shining through in your emails. So if you haven't already established your brand voice, I'm going to drop the link to the episode where I talked about how to do that in the show notes. So when I'm setting up all of these emails, the first thing that I do is create a clear prompt that outlines the specific content the reader consumed, the offer I want to present, the main objections that readers typically have, and the unique benefit of my solution. Then I ask AI to create a sequence outline with specific email subjects and content summaries following my 4-part framework. By doing it this way, in about 15 minutes, I'm able to have a strategic sequence outlined that would have previously taken me hours to create from scratch. According to a SurveyMonkey study, about 93% of marketers using AI report that it helps them generate content faster, while 81% said it aids in uncovering insights more quickly. I have found that to be absolutely true in my own business. Of course, like I've talked about in previous episodes, you are the CEO of your business. You absolutely still need to review and personalize your content. AI is a starting point, not a replacement for your unique voice and expertise. but it definitely dramatically speeds up the process. The final piece of this puzzle is then setting up a trigger-based automation that works for you 24/7 in your email service provider. And this is where the real magic happens. When your email sequences run automatically based on what content people consume on your site, you are able to remove yourself from having to be in the mix all the time. That is how you achieve freedom in your business. For example, when someone reads a blog post about headline optimization or downloads one of my freebies, it automatically triggers that particular email sequence. When they watch a YouTube video about content repurposing and grab a freebie in the show notes, it triggers that content repurposing sequence. This targeted approach means readers are always receiving emails that perfectly match their interests, which dramatically increases conversion rates. But I don't have to be hands-on in order for them to be receiving that customized content. This allows me to be present for my family, for myself, and be working on other income-generating tasks within my business while my automated emails are doing their job in the background. And the data on this is crystal clear. Marketers who use AI to personalize emails have observed a 41% increase in revenue and a 13.44% boost in click-through rates, according to combined research from teamgpt.com and emailupplers.com. That is massive. 41% increase in revenue. Once the system is in place, it runs on autopilot, nurturing your leads, converting your customers while you are living your life. It is the ultimate leveraged approach to growing your business through content. Let me share a quick real-life example of how powerful this approach can be. Major brands are seeing tremendous success with this strategy. For instance, Yum Brands, the parent company of Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and KFC, reported really impressive results from their AI-driven email marketing campaigns, according to the Wall Street Journal. By tailoring promotional emails to individual customers based on factors like timing and past purchase behavior, they achieved significant improvements in customer engagement and sales. So here's your action plan for implementing email sequence magic in your business. Step 1, identify your top 3 performing pieces of content, the ones that already get you traffic. Step 2, create a specific, valuable opt-in for each one that directly relates to your content. And don't overthink this. It could be something simple. Drop that piece of content into ChatGPT and ask it for ideas. Step 3, build a strategic sequence for each opt-in following my 4-part framework: content connection, value escalation, objection crusher, and decision catalyst. Step 4, use AI to help you generate these sequences faster. And step 5, set up the automation that connects each opt-in to its specific sequence. And I'm going to add a bonus step here. Step 6, track your result and optimize based on open rates, click rates, and conversions. Because like I talked about before, data, data, data. We should always be making data-based decisions. If you're not tracking, you are losing out on so much valuable information. This system takes some initial setup, but once it's running, it creates that automatic bridge between your content and your offers, working for you 24/7 to convert readers into customers. It is so worth the initial work at the beginning, because once it's set up correctly, it works for you long-term, just like evergreen content does. And there you have it, the email sequence magic that turns content consumers into customers. This approach is just one component of what I teach inside my AI Evergreen Content Machine course, where I show you my complete system for creating content that continues to drive traffic, leads, and sales for months or even years after you publish it. Strategic email sequences are a critical part of that system because they provide the conversion pathway that transforms your content visibility into actual business results. I'm opening up the waitlist for AI Evergreen Content Machine, and if you'd like to learn my complete system for creating content that works for your business around the clock, the link to join the waitlist is in the show notes. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Tech Savvy 101. If you found this helpful, I'd love it if you could subscribe and leave a review. It helps other tech-curious entrepreneurs find the show. I'll see you really soon.
Thanks for tuning in to Tech Savvy 101, AI and Automation Made Easy. If today's episode made tech a little less intimidating for you, I would be so grateful if you'd leave a review and let me know what you loved. Don't forget to check out the show notes for links to any resources I mentioned today. Be sure to follow Tech Savvy 101 wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. Tune in for AI in Action on Tuesdays for quick, practical AI tips, and join me on Thursdays for full-length episodes. Until next time, keep shattering that tech ceiling.